In a small town nestled between rolling hills, there lived a young man named Arjun. Born into a family of farmers, Arjun was known for his curious mind and relentless spirit. His parents had always taught him the value of hard work, but what Arjun desired was not just to work hard, but to create a life different from what he saw around him, a life of purpose, knowledge, and change. Arjun was an average student in school, often overshadowed by his classmates who scored higher and grasped concepts faster. Despite his efforts, he barely managed to pass his exams, earning him the label of a failure in his village. "You should just focus on farming, Arjun," his neighbors would say. "Why waste your time with books?" But Arjun's dreams didn't align with their expectations. He wanted to become a scientist and create inventions that could make life better for his village. However, his repeated failures in exams and the mockery from others began to weigh heavily on his spirit. One day, after yet another failed test, Arjun sat under the village's old banyan tree, tears streaming down his face. "Why do I even try?" he muttered to himself. "Maybe they're right. Maybe I'm just not smart enough." As he sat there lost in thought, an old man named Govind, who was known for his wisdom, approached him. Govind had been observing Arjun's struggles for a while. He sat beside him and handed him a small clay pot filled with water. "Drink," he said. Arjun sipped the water, confused by the sudden gesture. Govind pointed to the pot and asked, "Do you know how this pot was made?" Arjun shook his head. "The potter took a lump of clay," Govind explained, "and shaped it with his hands, pressing, molding, and even breaking it when necessary. Then he put it into a blazing furnace to harden it. It was only after enduring the fire that this clay became strong enough to hold water." Govind's words struck a chord in Arjun. "Are you saying I need to endure more failures to become stronger?" "Exactly," Govind replied. "Failure is not the end, Arjun. It's the fire that shapes you. If you give up now, you'll remain a lump of clay. But if you persevere, you can become something extraordinary." Inspired by Govind's words, Arjun decided he would not give up. He realized that his approach to studying needed to change. Instead of rote memorization, he began to understand concepts, asking questions, and seeking practical examples. He started waking up early to study under the dim light of a lantern, as his family couldn't afford electricity in the evenings. He borrowed books from the village school and even traveled to the town library miles away on foot to gather knowledge. Whenever he felt like quitting, he would recall the clay pot and Govind's advice. The villagers who once mocked him now looked on in surprise as Arjun's determination remained unshaken. Years passed, and Arjun appeared for a national science competition. To everyone's astonishment, his innovative idea of a low-cost irrigation system won first prize. His invention was celebrated across the country, and he was offered a scholarship to a prestigious university. But Arjun didn't stop there. At university, he worked tirelessly, often facing challenges far greater than what he had encountered in his village. Yet, every failure only strengthened his resolve. Over time, his efforts bore fruit, and he became a renowned scientist known for his groundbreaking work in sustainable farming techniques. When Arjun returned to his village years later, he wasn't just a success story, he was a symbol of hope. He built schools, libraries, and a science lab for the children, ensuring they had the opportunities he had once struggled to find. Arjun's journey from failure to success became a tale told across the region. Whenever students felt disheartened or adults doubted their potential, someone would remind them of Arjun and the lesson of the clay pot. His story taught everyone that failure isn't a dead end, it's a stepping stone. It's not about how many times you fall, but about having the courage to rise each time, stronger and wiser than before. Never giving up, Arjun proved, isn't just a mantra, it's the power that transforms dreams into reality.